There's something happening right now in Washington, D.C. It feels like a defining moment for the disclosure movement.
You know what's right. You know they exist. You know this has been a cover-up since before most of y'all been born.
I absolutely think that they have been here, and they are here, and who knows, maybe they've always been here.
In 1 week, Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day hit theaters. The Pentagon released the third batch of UFO files, and members of Congress held this big press conference on Capitol Hill, headlined by former U.S. intelligence official turned whistleblower David Grusch.
Mr. Grusch, Kristen Fisher with The Endless Void. When you look at where we are right now in this moment for the disclosure movement, what's at stake here?
I think the sovereign contract between the citizenry and its government.
Think about this, when the great unknown is actually known by some, but not known by all of us, it's that inequity that got me to write the story for Disclosure Day.
The movie is all about that gap between the people who get to know the truth and the rest of us that don't.
The human race cannot accept what we know.
This 79-year terror campaign of lies has to end.
The exact same debate is happening at the exact same moment across Washington, D.C. So, is it coordinated? Is it just a coincidence? Or is it a convergence? Fiction and reality finally colliding.
If we are not alone, that is a scientific truth that everybody in the world has a right to.
It's a human right.
It's a human right. It's science. You don't hide scientific fact from the planet.
I've been saying for years that reality is classified, and I believe that. And that's the question. Why doesn't the government want us to know the real nature of reality?
The American people can handle it, and it's time that we tell them the truth.
The truth, according to David Grusch, who testified under oath, is that the U.S. government has been hiding recovered craft piloted by some kind of non-human intelligence.
Biologics came with some of these recoveries.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program. I'm here today because I took an oath as an Air Force officer. I took that oath seriously then, and I take that oath seriously now.
Grusch is an Air Force combat veteran and career intelligence officer who held top-secret clearances, served on the government's UFO task force, filed a whistleblower complaint through legal channels, was deemed credible and urgent by the intelligence community's own watchdog, and testified to Congress under penalty of perjury.
Do you have a sense of how many cases the government might be aware of that involve non-human biology?
Quite a few, several dozen. So that's an ongoing list. So.
One of the other whistleblowers standing behind Grusch is former Air Force military police officer Jeffrey Nuccetelli. Jeffrey also testified under oath, under penalty of perjury, about a string of UFO incursions in 2003 at Vandenberg Air Force Base.
When I arrived on scene, I talked to 5 shaken witnesses who described a massive triangular craft larger than a football field that hovered silently for about 45 seconds over their entry control point before shooting away at impossible speed. The witnesses to this event were threatened and intimidated afterward.
How much has your life changed since that hearing where you testified under oath?
It's completely changed my life.
Are you glad you did it?
It's one of the most important and meaningful things I've ever done. If we win, and the battle begins now, that it could change the fundamental nature of the way we understand our place in the universe. It's the fundamental nature of reality that's being hidden.
What do you think the reality is?
I think that human beings have been observing and documenting the anomalous and strange from the beginning of a recorded history. Right? That's all of our most sacred texts. It's the weird things in the sky, the lights in the forest, and we've been, taught and trained and told that that's all folklore.
There are still so many people out there who either don't care, don't follow, or don't believe. What do you say to people like that to maybe try to convince them to take a second look?
It's really hard because it takes a little time, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people just, they're struggling to make a living. They have kids, they have 2 jobs. I get that. But, I would love for people to just sort of have a curious mind about this.
It's the stigma. We have
you're
been
right.
taught that this is nonsense, and if you come out publicly and talk about it, you're ridiculed.
Yeah.
So people just ignore it. They've been told it's bullshit, and that's the operating, ontology that they're operating on. Like, this is nonsense. We're all crazy.
You shouldn't be crazy, and you shouldn't have your reputation destroyed because you want to disclose. This is our government. This is our country. This is our information, and damn it, we demand it. God bless you.
There's something else feeding this sense of convergence. The Trump administration's ongoing release of UFO files, more than 1 billion views in just under 2 months.
There's no question that there is political capital in this for Washington, D.C., and I think people are paying attention to that. I think the release of Steven Spielberg's movie will have an impact on keeping this conversation going and helping the conversation be intelligible for the American public.
The movie hit theaters the exact same day that the Pentagon released the third batch of UFO files, and just 3 days after this press conference.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the president, who has taken a decades-long request and finally brought us into the age of disclosure.
But that same White House just did this. They launched aliens.gov, and for a second, it sure looked like disclosure, but it was really about immigration with a live alien arrest map, which is why this press conference is really just a plea to one man.
Mr. President, you know that the agencies lie. You know that firsthand. They have lied to you. They have lied about you. They do not cooperate easily, and they never have. This is the moment. Use the authority that you have, Mr. President. The American people are behind you.
When I'm sitting in a skiff and some little punk in a man bun tells me the president's on a need-to-know basis, folks, that ought to tell you right there what we're up against. It's not about little green men or flying saucers. It's about what are we spending all these millions and possibly billions of dollars on that these idiots tell us don't exist. And then yet we turn right around in the skiff and then they tell us they do exist. This is a cover-up. You all know it. We know it. We demand the answers, and dadgummit, we're going to get them.
But they can't do it without the protections for whistleblowers.
Mr. President, I'm asking you directly, waive the non-disclosure agreements that still bind these patriots. Grant immunity to anyone and everyone who has already come forward and everyone who will come forward. Open the door and let them speak. Everyone listening today in government, working for a contractor, retired, anywhere in the world, come to Congress. Come to these group of people. We will work with you. This is a worldwide call for action.
Japan's chief cabinet secretary just said that his government is analyzing the United States' UFO files and weighing whether to release its own. And Brazil's former Minister of Defense and current presidential candidate just went on the record claiming that the 1996 Varginha crash was real and that non-human beings were recovered.
We want to challenge every foreign country. Do what the United States is doing. See what we're doing here, and we want to see your country follow suit.
What's at stake here?
Everything. Everything.
I think everything.
It's like a shift in our civilization, just like, some of the great moments in history with Galileo or others where our whole sense of reality changed.
I think that the American public have a deep intuition that they're not being told the truth about a lot of things. And I think this puts somewhat of a psychological stress on us as a culture, as a country.
As a species.
And potentially as a species.
Isn't it interesting how eventually, if you wait long enough, all science fiction becomes nonfiction?
If you haven't seen the movie yet, you absolutely should. It is so good. One of my favorite Spielberg movies of all time. And nobody's paying me to say that. But if you'd like to go a little bit deeper down this rabbit hole with me, I'll be back on Capitol Hill on June 25th for the Disclosure Foundation's Forum. I'll be moderating a panel with Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb and physicist Hal Puthoff, who helped run the CIA-funded psychic spy program at the Stanford Research Institute. And then July 8th, the 79th anniversary of Roswell. 79 years, the exact number mentioned in Spielberg's movie. So, coincidence? Convergence? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all next time.